Morning, Brad and Hardison, President Champion Strategies for another public speaking workshop. We do this for people who have interests, maybe thought they were told that they could be a good front of the room speaker and you're curious. So one reason why we do it. Also for those people that'll be the first time in front of the room, whether you're a public educator, a new supervisor, new manager, your students, your team members will be looking at you for guidance and direction. Remember, that's good leadership, but you must bring them in from time to time. And it's not about screaming and hollering and belittling or berating someone on a basis where it's in front of the same team. If you're coming in for knowledge, stick with the knowledge. Once the session is over with, you can always talk to those individuals or that individual about what you need to do one-on-one to get them to the next level. So let's be smart as new managers or supervisors. Or maybe somebody told you that you have a nice voice and you need to be doing public speaking. And then the virus hit, so we're in this box just like a whole lot of other people who are trying to feed their families. And many are good, many are bad. You're unique. Let's find a way that you can get comfortable. So there's two ways of doing that. There's some reputable 2-year, 4-year institutions, along with some other organizations that specialize in just public speaking. My recommendation is to check them out and see what they offer. Or you may be that person that I just need to look at some content or video. I have enough discipline to formulate it on myself. So for either way, we're just here to help and give back. So let's just get to it because I know you have some other things to do. So we're talking about this week overcoming nerves. So let me say up front, being nervous, it's a normal reaction. I don't care if you're any type of entertainer, if you're any type of business person, if you're anyone in politics, you are nervous before it's your turn to do something. That is all right. We need to find a way to control and use those nerves in a good way. So it's okay to be nervous, but in fact, it's probably a good thing. If you are very calm before a presentation, you may be understanding the difficulty of your assignment. But if you're calm because you're considering the topic as an easy one, as a no-brainer, you may not project enough interest in the subject. Remember, they came to see you. If you're not nervous, you may have a hard time projecting the energy and enthusiasm that you will need to win the listener's attention. Nervousness can be a tool to communicate your authenticity. Channel your nervousness by focusing yourself to speak clearly. Eye contact is there with the listeners in the audience. It cannot be stressed too often that the elements of balance is important to delivering a great speech. So come across relaxed, but not too relaxed. Sound a little bit bored, but if you're bored, your audience will expect you to get them bored. And then maybe through some magical trick, you can find some way to increase the intensity. Everybody's style is different. That's why you practice. Conversely, if you come across a little bit too nervous, then the audience is going to start worrying, well, is there something wrong? Is the person competent on the subject matter that we're here to be listening about this concept? Also remember that although eye contact is a visual good thing to do, and starting with the audience, it can be the worst thing if you're nervous and you cannot get that eye contact right. Now they see fear in the audience. So let's look at it two ways. One of the most biggest things that happens to people in the workplace is that the boss The boss is coming for a visit. So when you hear that the boss is coming for a visit, what do you or your group or your team do? We make sure everything's clean, neat, presentable. We probably say, here's our mission statement. We do things because we know the boss is coming and I've been through orientation and I should be able to handle this presentation for the boss who's coming to my space. I'm not going to his space. Are we ready? You're really going to dig down and research everything about it. Now, why do we do that? Because sometimes even the best bosses have a tendency to put pressure on their people. They do it for two reasons: not to really belittle, berate you, just to see if that what they hired you for you can pull off. But more importantly, are you ready to take on a little bit more? So, to be a nervous presenter, people know that you're nervous, but can you get through the content in a way that's exciting, that you leave some explosions or bullet points to people, and you have a good way for them to move forward, a takeaway piece? That's what a good boss is looking for. They know you're nervous because the big man's in a room. So keep preparing, keep practicing. If you feel that you're nervous, join the club. A lot of us are always nervous. Anytime I go in front of a big group, I get psyched up and I can't wait to see that big group that's out there. Now, also, while we're doing this content and talking about the audience and all those other great things, remember, this should be fun. If you do not come across in the manner that you're enjoying yourself, they're going to wonder about it. But the key thing you need to remember, I need the person who asked me to come here to talk to that team. I need these students whose parents and guardians are paying for it through their property tax. I need, as a new supervisor or manager, to make sure that I come across to my team, to my audience, to my students, that yes, I'm a little nervous, but feel comfortable and confident because I know exactly what I'm doing. So don't worry about the nerves. Worry about your performance and the audience taking away some of your content and message. If you can do that, you'll be all right. Be back with you again for part 2 as we continue on getting ready to speak in front of the audience. Once again, Brandon Hardison, president of Champion Strategies, and as always in parting, you go out and make it a champion.